Hello and welcome again to USS Selfies. We are chasing a target and we are trying to hunt her down. Not the best situation right now because I have to overtake her and set into a proper attack. So let's see how I did it and see how the results were. Enjoy. Yeah, making more marks. Averaging the error between them. Okay, so let me check. In 1 hour, a 10 knot ship does 10 knots. Yeah. No, what I'm looking here is miles from here. In 2 hours, she will be here. In 4 hours, if she doesn't change her course, which might happen, she'll be here. Let's see if we can get there in advance of her in 4 hours. I'm heading directly towards north because I don't want her to see me. Should be in roughly get your ugly head out of my way. Thank you. We can not see her. Actually, I don't know if we cannot see her or I can't see her. But we are pretty much out of visual range. Yeah. So I can go full speed ahead. And start going in a 330. Yeah, we have lost track of her. Good. Yeah, maintain current orders. Ceasing the expected course. There's a slight error here, but let's put another mark. There. And take this there. So actually she will be here. Let me check on this. See if we are really in close visual range or not. .303. Well, I don't see anything. Good, that means she won't see anything either. Let's keep on trucking.
We are in shallow waters, sir.
Yeah, I know we are in shallow waters. Okay. Let's start heading full speed.
Ahead full. Yes, sir.
Roughly west.
Yes, sir. New course 270.
Radar, why don't you report anything? I mean, she should be closer than 15,000 yards. Well, radar doesn't report anything because he has nothing. Well, keep on looking. We should be getting notice of her pretty soon here. What's the range of the track? 4,000 yards. Okay, time to go under.
Ahead 130. Yes, sir. Dive.
Roughly 310, which means we need 220. 220.
Yes, sir. New course 22.
And there we go. Let me do
Current depth 40.
yeah, that's why you don't want to be in shallow waters, you know? Anyway, holy shit. Yes. Well, we are a periscope depth. Good enough for me. Slow this down to 1 knot.
Yes, sir. Current speed 1. Yes, sir.
Here she is.
Contact! Merchant! Closing! Bearing! 267. Long range!
And now we only need to wait. Roughly 300 degrees. We cannot see her yet, but she should be coming. And there she is. Okay, my lady, where are you? You look awfully close to the first thing I got. No. That might be it. Yeah, looks like this. Of course we will make sure. Let's make a range estimation. We need to be sure here. How far is she? It's obviously not going to be very accurate, but... What? Oh, I need to send it. Wow, almost 10,000 in a 300. More or less. Let's bring this back here and keep it updated with this. Okay. So let's double check. It's 305. Actually, we are 5 degrees of our...
Yes, sir.
Yep.
New course.
And I need to make more speed.
Yes, sir.
We need to come closer to the track. We are very far away. Actually, I'm going to do a high speed burst here. Bring this down. 9, 10. Well,
Contact!
more or
Merchant!
less.
Closing! Bearing! 303. Long
Okay,
range.
slow down.
Ahead 1/3.
Don't want to breach the surface with the periscope at this speed. We know it's at 10 knots. Let's start introducing those variables. Come on, slow down. How far off the track are we? Good, that's good enough. Slow down to 1 knot and remain there.
Current speed 0. Yes, sir.
Start following this, please.
Merchant! Closing! Bearing! 301.
No, I don't want to be stopped. I want to be at 1 knot, please.
Current speed 1.
That's right. Okay, we are slowly going slower. And oh boy, being so close to the bottom makes me a little bit nervous, but
Merchant!
whatever.
Bearing! 30.
Okay,
Closing!
6 knots should be enough. You, what are you? And you are this? Looks like it. Medium model speed freighter. Yeah, well. Come on, statimeter. There. There. 5,000 yards. Is that correct? In a bearing of 300 roughly. 300 roughly. Let me check that. 300 is roughly this. Yeah, looks correct. You have 26 of draft. You are a drafty dude. Let's reduce this to 20. They are both set to fast speed, right? Yes, they are. 4 knots and going slower. Good. What other things could you be? You certainly look like this, but I want to make sure we don't. No, you are not this. Obviously, you are too big to be this. This? No. These things aren't there. No. You? No double masts. So no, you are not. You?
Merchant, bearing, 30.
Too small of a stack compared with the superstructure. No, you are not this. Well, I think I got you right in the first go. Which means that you, my dear, are this. A medium oil spill freighter, which is 5,500 tons. Which is not bad at all, if I might say so myself. Okay, let's start feeding in the angle of the bow information, just to keep track of this. He should be on roughly this. Yeah, I think I got it perfect. Let me do another range estimation. There. Send it to the DC. Send it to the DC again. And down with the periscope. Okay, textbook decocaine again. He's in a 31, yeah. Position keeper, just in case. But I'm not going to use the position keeper. As soon as we are closer, I'll disengage it and set for a perpendicular attack. Are we in the correct?
302. Closing.
Let me check if we are in the correct heading for that. There. Zav. Not sure about that. 308. 308 minus 90. 328. We should be a little bit more.
Yes, sir. New course, 2-1. Yes, sir.
Yeah, a few degrees to starboard, and we will have a perfectly lined up 90 degrees. We have time, so no need to fret about it. Drop the holy shit, the observation periscope down. I don't want any kind of problems with that. Please, will you follow this track? No, he won't. There.
Bearing 301.
Up scope. Update this. You still mean 12 knots. That's too much. I measured it at 10 and trusting 10. Obviously, he can have increased the speed, which is a little bit worrisome, but
Merchant, bearing 302. Closing.
also the information of the course he's heading is has a little bit of error. So yeah. Well, it's a matter of leaving some time. 303.
Merchant, bearing 3.
Yeah. Also, the solution I have is keeping a perfect track of her true bearing. So I think I got the correct settings here. We are set up for the attack. Okay. The drill is this time I'm going to take the range at 330 because he's moving faster, and I will fire again at 340. Another good reason to not believe that 12 knot measurement is that this ship's top speed is 12 knots. It's not going to go at max speed. She will blow her machinery. It's an all-speed freighter, right?
Merchant, bearing
Besides, I know her
0.
true speed, so whatever.
Closing.
Let me do race check. Yeah, and now it's giving me the correct information. Yep, we got it right.
307.
Perfect. Deep that scope. No need to keep it over. Holy shit, we are so close to the seafloor. Look at that. We are not scraping the bottom, but it's not that far from being the case. You wouldn't fit a standing a man down here. He will bang his head against the hull of the submarine.
Bearing 30.
But boy, this game is pretty. I mean, it was in the day and still is. Look at that. Whatever.
Bearing 3.
We have an enemy to sink, so let's concentrate on that. Well, as it moves along, I think it's a good time as any other to start feeding in our attack information. We are going to attack at 340, which means 20 degrees off
314.
the crossing line. At the crossing line, she will be at 90 degrees, so now she will be at 70 in 340. So let's update that with the position keeper off, obviously, because otherwise what we are going to do is shoot torpedoes in a random direction. Confirm we are at 10 knots, good. And update everything for 340.
Bearing 317.
Okay, we have the bearing, we have the speed, we have the angle of the bow, and we don't have the range. But in this method of attack, range is a non-matter. It cancels out. I mean, I could be shooting at 12,000 yards. The bearing would be the same. That's one of the beauties of a 90-degree attack. It simplifies your range estimations. I'm still going to estimate the range because I like to have every single bit of information I need for the case for, I don't know, 2 dabs happen or whatever, to know exactly which range the enemy was at. But other than that, really, this is a simple form of attack. It requires you to do a pretty good amount of navigation to set yourself in a perfectly situated 90 degrees course. You also have to be careful not to be very close because otherwise the torpedoes won't arm, and we are roughly around 1200 yards away from the interception point. So let me check on this. That doesn't seem like a good angle. Does it? 94?
Bearing. 3,
Really?
2, 8.
Well, we need a little bit more starboard then.
Bearing. 3, 3, 0.
Yes,
There.
sir. New course. 2, 2. Yes, sir.
Damn it. 330. We don't have a lot of time here.
Bearing. 3, 3, 2.
Open the tubes. Open the tubes. Whatever, we'll find with this. Lock this. Update that range.
3, 3.
Little further or little closer than what we expect here.
Bearing.
And
3,
update
5.
our 340. Tubes are opened. Let's bring up the chronometer.
3, 3.
One under the stack, one on the outside. Standard procedure here.
Bearing. 3, 3, 9.
Firing tube 1.
And
Firing tube 2. Torpedo in the water.
3, 4.
down we go. Probably he will see the tracks. This is a daytime attack. That's one of the
Torpedo in the water.
bad things about the steam torpedoes.
Bearing. 3, 4, 3.
Okay.
Bearing. 3, 4, 6.
Up periscope. I think she has seen it.
3, 4, 8.
Torpedo is a dud, sir.
Shit!
Torpedo impact.
Well, one impact, but after where what was expected.
Bearing. 3, 5, 1.
Damn. The important one was a dude.
3, 5, 4.
Okay, we have to wait a little bit for her to sell a little bit. Also, does she have a deck gun? I'm guessing she will have. One torpedo for a ship that big, I don't think is going to be enough. And so yeah, she has a deck gun.
Bearing. 3, 5, 9.
She still is moving.
Bearing. 1.
Crap. Crap. Okay, flank speed ahead.
Bearing. 3.
New
Let's try to get ahead of her.
1, 0.
Damn it.
Bearing. 5.
Well, just for the purposes of this, again, this is something I wouldn't usually do, but the hit happened back here.
Bearing.
Which is not a bad zone, but is not a critical zone. That might be enough to sink her, that might not be enough. We'll see about that. She's going to start zigzagging like mad. And yeah, that's not good. Okay. So what we are going to do here is to do a fast dash.
8.
Yes, sir.
We have more than enough battery power to do this towards west. Because as we saw, she's turning away from us.
Bearing. 3, 5, 5.
That's a SIG. The SAG should put her in front of us. We will do a fast estimation and a couple of torpedoes
5, 2.
on that direction. I'm going to start feeding information to them. Around 20. Around 20. Damn it, with the stupid DAT torpedoes. God, that stinks.
Bearing. 3, 4, 4.
Just a western course, come on.
New course.
Okay, we are in a perfectly lined western course. She's turned away. I'm hoping for them
1, 8.
to start doing a SAG, which is a turn to the other direction.
Bearing.
If she gives this course, this is going to be complicated and I will have to wait until nighttime. Because I can give a
1,
very
6.
prolonged chase with battery power. Is she turning? She seems to be.
Bearing. 3, 1, 5.
Okay. Drop that scope.
Bearing. 3, 1, 4.
How do you sound?
Bearing 313.
Yeah. Also, we have another problem, and that's that the farther in we go, the less. I mean, the shallower it's going to be. Oh, this is a nightmare.
Bearing
She's not turning.
311.
Steady course.
Bearing 309.
Well, another thing we can do is just to wait it out. Wait until she's far away and then surface and try to shadow her with radar and finish it off later on. We're about to start screaming the bottom. Okay. Well, she's definitely looking down by the rear. Hmm.
Bearing 263.
Okay. I don't see a plume of propellers down there. But there are propellers indeed.
Bearing 262.
Okay. Drop this. No, drop down with this. 240. We are at 75% battery.
Yes, sir.
Let's try to get parallel and then closer. Well, parallel we are, but we need to be closer. Okay,
Bearing
enough.
264.
Up periscope. 291. There she is. This would be perfect for a deck gun attack, but again, that thing in the bows prevents it. She seems to be in a steady course, however. We are looking at how much battery power? 68. Down periscope.
89.
Let's take another look. Let's do a range measurement. Roughly between her. She will be a little bit lower. I'm going to take the flag as a reference. It's telling us 3,000 yards.
283.
Might be it. 3,000 yards at 383. 383. 3,000 yards and something. Oh well, we have it here. Okay.
Bearing 282.
Going to mark this and we'll get an idea of her true course. For now, I think we are going to settle on a 210. I think she's heading
Yes, sir.
southeast.
Course 20. Yes, sir.
That will bring us closer.
Bearing 2.
I need another speed estimation, which I'm going to do in a second.
290.
On the flag.
Bearing 295.
There. And now I'll mark this. Bring the chronometer up and start ticking.
300.
Down with the periscope. And 3 minutes. Mark. and 6 knots. 6 or 5. I'm going to fire. I don't know. We'll see. Course is. She's not turning, by the way. 225. Well, down periscope. She's actually stopping. She's stopped.
Bearing 300.
Oh boy. Well, that's some great news.
Head 1/3.
That's some great news indeed. Since we won't need a follow-up attack. So in the end, that torpedo behind was enough. Gonna take a while for her to sink, however, because she's hit the bottom. We might have to use a second torpedo. But well, she's not moving, right?
7.
So yeah, she seems reluctant to finish sinking. Okay, let's do something. We don't have a lot of fuel, so torpedo reserves are not going to be a concern here. Let's turn towards her
Yes, sir. New course.
and lob one last torpedo. That's what we are going to do. Because with the stern on the bottom, she's going to take forever to sink. If she ever does. I mean, I need the credit, and the credit is still not given. Which is kind of unfortunate, given the fact that this thing is obviously sinking, but whatever. Yeah, we'll wait until we are closer, and then we will deliver the final attack.
Bearing 2.
Okay, our turn is almost complete. A periscope. Well, so all we have to do is I'm going to stop turning.
Rudder 0. Yes, sir.
Bearing 3.
That's roughly 100 of angle of no, actually less. It's 85 degrees of the bow because of the superstructure and how it looks. It's facing us. That's a speed of 0 knots. That's a range of roughly whatever, because range won't matter. And that's a torpedo track of 340.
Bearing 340.
So actually what I'm going to do is to update it to 342. That should send a torpedo directly there. Good. Let's open this. Set the torpedo to fast speed. I'm going to send it at 10 feet. Mostly because yeah. Update this. I mean, it's this part is higher, right, than normal. Update again and
Firing tube 1.
fire that. And there goes a torpedo,
Torpedo in the water.
which is turning and aiming directly for the enemy. And this time, well, just for cinematographic purposes and because this obviously makes no difference, usually I don't do this, but it's always cool to see a torpedo running, right? Even if it's one of these piece of shit torpedoes they shouldn't have to use, but because yeah, 2 hits, have the first one not been a dud, we wouldn't have to send this one. But this will just make sure that everything happens as it should.
Bearing
Unless it's a dud as well, which would really piss me off. It really would. There it goes. Fuck! Oh shit. Okay, now what? Screw this. As small a torpedo depth as we can. Open this. Holy shit. This is such a waste. But we gotta sink this dude. Fire. I didn't even put it on fast, but I don't give a shit.
Torpedo in the
Yeah, again, there it goes. Oh, this is such a joke. 4 torpedoes already for a ship that should have taken only 2.
Bearing 338.
And for a ship which is already sunk, which always also kind of sucks, but hey, it's what it is. Whatever. God, this game is pretty. So where's that torpedo? There. Here's coming. Turum. Turum. Tun 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 tun. Ah, that torpedoes, the bane of my existence as a submariner. Oh yeah, here it comes. Should be pretty much on the surface.
337.
I gave it orders to go as high as possible. And there we go. Yep, that's it. Holy shit, that lifeboat. Well, sonar contact lost. Don't deal. Okay, everything's good, which ends good. So yeah.
course, sir. Yes, sir.
But seriously, what a waste of torpedoes. 4 blast torpedoes. Okay.
Secure from battle station.
Battle stations out. And we will take a look at it as he sinks. When he does, of course, because this is still not. Well, this is kind of infuriating. A good amount of time has gone by. Blasted thing is still not sinking. So what I'm going to do is to save this, because I just don't want to be sunk by a ship that should be sinking.
Yes, sir. New course. 1, 2. Yes, sir.
And I'm going to you foreground deck, you foreground deck, you, and you are going to be our crew. And honestly, if this thing sinks me, it's going to be the most pathetic thing ever. Let's give it 2/3, change course a little bit.
Yes, sir.
And we should be able to shoot her. Where are you? Oh, okay. I must have missed this. But she's already sunk. Derp. Well, just for the sake of it, and because hell, I took the time to do this, let's make sure she's under. Also, I really wanted to fire this freaking gun. I usually wouldn't do it first person, but I can't tell the crew to fire at a merchant which is no longer, so I'll do it myself. You go under.
Yes, sir.
I command
Head
you.
1/3.
That will help flooding the forward area so she settles down, which is the whole purpose of this thing. Going to put some of the machinery areas as well. Well, 3 incher will take quite some shots. Ooh, little graphical glitch there. Make sure this thing is settled on the bottom instead of on the surface. Going to fire 5 more rounds and then we will return to our patrol course and leave it alone. So you see, I'm putting all my shots on the waterline. That's to cause flooding. Full rudder to port.
Rudder 3-8. Yes, sir.
One. No, to starboard, to port, to
Yes,
port,
sir.
to port.
Rudder
1,
3-8. Yes, sir.
2. Three. And just 1-1 for good measure in the engine area. Boom. Okay, that should be enough. Let's put the gun in its proper position. And yeah, well, we have the crew still there, but with these little holes we have given these guys, that ship should eventually disappear under the waves. In the meantime, we'll return
Yes,
to
sir.
our previous course.
Returning to course, sir. Yes, sir.
We will call the people of battle stations. We will put
Secure from battle stations.
our gun crew in the spot where they are supposed to be, sleeping. And we will call this a day for this episode. I hope you had fun. I hope you had fun watching me derp this last thing, because I think I spent 2 torpedoes I didn't need to. But yeah, at any rate, who cares? I mean, I need to come back to port in no time because I'm so low in fuel, only 25%. After we are done with this patrol, will be time to go to Darwin to refuel and then set course to Midway, I guess. So well, hope you enjoyed, hope you had fun. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you later.